Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Virtual Precious Metal Summit Europe. And here today with Commodity TV, and we have Fury Gold Mines here. And Mike Timmins, the almost new CEO, wants to give us an insight and, of course, update on the company. Mike, how are you doing? All good?
Very good. Thank you for having me.
Super. Great that you have taken the time. Thank you very much. Fury Gold Mines, I would call it, say a new company. You are coming out of Oren Resources, the famous Ivan Bebek company, of course, and Ivan is still, of course, full in charge. And but now it's great to have you also on board. Thanks for doing that position here. And of course, I would like to go straight forward into your three terrific projects, I would call it, because you want to be the next Canadian mining champion, right?
We're looking to advance our three assets, as you've said. So we have two development assets, and we have the Committee Bay project in Nunavut, which provides the mining shareholder with that exploration sizzle that you want to get with a potential new discovery, right? So the design when we put it together was to have low risk development growth, and then to provide this exploration excitement. So yes, we're advancing all of them, and The internal vision is to be pouring gold by 2025, which I think is a great goal to have.
Okay, super. Pouring gold by 2025. That would be then Homestake?
No, that'll be Eau Claire.
Would be Eau Claire. Ah, okay. Yeah. I thought Homestake is even more far advanced because you have already the very nice PEA, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, and Eau Claire has a PEA, and it's a little bit more advanced. I would say it's probably 6 to 9 months more advanced than Homestake. Homestake, as a development project, sits very nicely in behind Eau Claire. I would also say that Eau Claire, the Eau Claire deposit in the Clearwater asset package has been around for 20 years, right? There's over 270,000 meters of drilling through the deposit, 190 holes. And the 60% of the resources are measured and indicated. So we're inheriting a lot of high quality data and a lot of high quality information, and it's had 250 million of investment, I would say, project to date. So we're inheriting all that, which is a lot more than Homestake.
Yeah, and of course, which saves you a lot of time, I would imagine, and also which saves you a lot of money, because now you know exactly where to drill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fantastic. I saw also that you are drilling altogether 80,000 meters within the next 18 months. So where are the portions of the drilling? And of course, this is financed, right?
Mm-hmm. We begin drilling at Eau Claire this week. That will be 50,000 meters. So that's a combination of high quality infill, ounce addition. And then, as you saw in the news last week, we have these, Michael Hendrickson, our SVP exploration, has come out with some pretty aggressive step outs to test the 1 kilometer down plunge extension of Eau Claire. So that'll be the other roughly 25,000 meters. And then we have 30,000 meters, again, to the end of the 18-month period. 20,000 of that will likely be around Homestake Ridge, and then we will be providing 10 to 15,000 meters of very, very impactful drilling up at and very selective targeting up in Committee Bay.
Okay, super. And let's move on with Homestake, because I had more the feeling like that Homestake is something either you want to sell or you want to joint venture or partner, because it looks so good and so promising with not that much capital.
It does look good and look promising, and that was one of the projects that really attracted me to coming on board at Fury. If you look back at Oren is primarily an exploration company, right? With exploration skill sets, right? So then when you get a project like Homestake to these studies or the engineering phase, they probably said, well, maybe this doesn't fit with us. And so, a smart non-dilutive financing would be to sell the project and then take that money and then redeploy it up into Nunavut and, keep on going for that major discovery, right? But the vision for Fury is that we're a development company and we want to be pouring gold in 5 years. And so you need an ounce base for that, and you need a portfolio of gold projects for that, right? And so Homestake has a home, in my view, in our portfolio, and it's not for sale.
Great. if we move on to Committee Bay, and I mean, I just looked it up again on the presentation. We talk about a 300-kilometer gold belt. Isn't that, let's say, a little bit too much for a company your size on the one hand? On the other hand, it looks so promising that it is unbelievable for, let's say, somebody who is already in the region who wants to step in.
I would say yes and no, right? So for Oren, when you're looking at it, you know, the idea of having that much of a belt was really for future prospects, right? And they've spent the last 5 years and have invested $60 million in putting together all of the geological data that you need together. And I think certainly over the COVID break that they've had this year, they believe that they've come to the very end of the fingerprinting of the Three Bluffs high-grade signature, right? Which is very, very exciting. So you take this signature and you apply it over the 300 kilometers, and then what you do is you find that you tend to focus in around the Three Bluffs and around a potential operating scenario just to the north, where there's something called the AK deposit. It's a 20-kilometer, very pregnant gold corridor that does have some of these super higher grade and high grade Three Bluffs style signatures. So the next program that we do and go up there, it's going to be the most impactful it's certainly ever seen. And so to answer your question, yes, it's New York to Boston, right? It's a big project. Yes. But in our vision of pouring gold and building a mine and identifying a new discovery, when it's just a matter of time. When we're successful up there, people are going to look and just say, now based on having critical mass, 3 to 5 million ounces, now it makes sense, and this is now the right size for Fury going forward, right? Because I mean, we know and understand that once you go into Nunavut, you need to play the long game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. This is for sure. This is for the longer term future because it's so big. And could you imagine, because of the 300-kilometer size, that we talk about, let's say, 2 or 3 mines in the future?
It could be, but again, you have to think of logistics, right? So the Three Bluffs project that we have now is around 1.5 million ounces. That probably can grow to around 2.5, and then it's a 15-kilometer road straight up to this AK, where we're hopefully will build out some more ounces. So basically within a circle of around 20 kilometers, we could have that there. Being 50 or 100 kilometers away, it's in that part of the world, it's almost like you're a world away.
Exactly, right? That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So you want to be as close to home as possible. Yeah. You don't want to be impacting. It's a beautiful part of our country. And I think you want to be minimalist when you put roads in. You want to be ultra efficient with respect to the environment and with respect to spending money, because every kilometer is $2 million, right? I mean, it's not. I mean, but of course, it's a world-class district, and if you can outline 5, 6, 7 million ounces at 7 or 8 grams per ton, then you could justify those costs.
Absolutely, that's great, super. It looks like that you have a lot of work in front of you, and as you said, you start this week drilling, and especially at Eau Claire. And can you drill year-round at Eau Claire?
You can drill year-round at Eau Claire, yes.
Super. So that means we will see then from, let's say, at least Q1 onwards next year, a steady news flow, right?
It will be steady news flow, and that's basically how we've sequenced our exploration work, right? So we begin drilling in Quebec now, right? Drilling all through Q1. That'll start to come off in say late spring, summer, and then the other 2 projects will kick in, right? So the moment we start this week drilling, we'll never stop drilling. We'll be drilling at least somewhere in Canada. Yeah, it's continuous, and it's that way by design, right?
Yeah, fantastic. That was a great final sentence, Mike. Thank you very much, and all the best. And I look really forward to the results, and I have a very good feeling that we see us latest again January, February here for another interview.
Perfect.
Super.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mike Timmins, the CEO of Fury Gold Mines, and you heard it. Once they start this week drilling, they never gonna stop because they will drill for the next 18 months on all their 3 projects, crossover in Canada. And yeah, I would be really astonished if we would not see some fantastic results coming out of that. And the projects are outstanding. And you heard it, by 2025, they wanna pour the first gold. So stay tuned, check out the company, and all the best for you. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.